Powered by Virginia Radio.
Yo, 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 yo. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Wednesday to you guys. I hope this week has met you well. I hope this day has been great to you guys. Tonight is a great episode. Look, but before we dive into tonight's functions, let's dive into this new month. We have a new month. This month, this 11th month of November, is not the first day anymore, so we missed the 1-1. However, this is still embodied in the same thing. So this is the month of truth and second chances. Okay? Truth and second chances. Just to break down this month in a little bit of a synopsis, is this month embodies and conveys messages of truth, new opportunities, second chances, love, and high energy. Okay, so as we bring that in and as we embody this and step into this newness, what other guest better to bring on the show than the one and only Portsmouth's finest city council runner-up? Because she is going to win. Do you hear me? She running, but she won already. Okay, we're going to speak it into existence.
I received that.
Lakesha, Onyx, Hicks, number 4 on the ballot, baby. Welcome to the show tonight.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm so excited to be here.
And I'm so excited that you're here.
Yes.
Yes, this has been in the making for a while, but God has perfect timing.
Absolutely.
So, no perfect time than this. With elections right around the corner in the next 2 days, you can go out. Do they still have
It's
early
still
voting?
early voting. It's early voting all the way through to Saturday.
Okay, now, still early voting. So if you want to go out there and take this opportunity to vote early, don't forget when you're voting in the city of Portsmouth for city council, make sure you go and put number 4 in, baby.
Absolutely,
okay?
absolutely. Number 4, if it ain't number 4, it ain't me.
You heard? Hold on, I want y'all to see what she gonna look like up there. She might look like this up there.
Or I might look like
He
this.
said, I might like this.
Or like this.
I like this. I like this. You know what she look like. Just remember she number 4.
Number 4.
Okay, baby. For sure. I'm so glad to have you on again tonight. And like I said, as we're talking about the new opportunities, this new opportunity for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Oh, she done wrote questions down, y'all. I'm nervous.
and I don't even really write questions, right? But because this is so major, I want to make sure, because I know I'm going to get excited. I want to make sure I didn't overskip
It's all love.
what I wanted to really say to you. You know, like I said, normally I don't write questions. However, I know that I was excited and I knew that it would be easy to get off task. I want to make sure that I stay on task because this 11th month is also called the messenger, the teacher. So this month is going to send a lot of messages and convey a lot of things to people. So again, how do you prepare, or how did you prepare yourself for this point thus far?
I believe in life, like your full life is a preparation for big moments.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes, we don't know when those big moments are going to come. When you allow God to order your path and you are not always trying to be in charge, you allow him to take the wheel, he will sometimes take you in directions that you thought that you were not prepared to go. But when you look back over your life, you will realize that he was preparing you for such a time as this. So somebody like me, I'm an advocate and I'm an activist. In addition to, I have a regular career, but advocacy and activism has prepared me for this because I've worked on legislative initiatives. I've gotten bills passed at the state and national level, even as recently as this year. I have been boots on the ground in the community, and one of my frustrations has always been when people from the community get into positions of power.
Come on.
They don't remember always to give the power back to the people and the things that they advocated for when they were in the community. So one of the things that I continue to say is I can advocate as much as I want to, right? But unless we have a person in position that's willing to make it a law, advocacy is just words and wishes. So you don't get power and you don't get change until those things that we advocate for become law. And that is the main reason why I decided to throw my hat in the ring, because I felt like at this time that we need more people that are unbossed, and unbothered and have a heart to do the will of the people. And I have demonstrated that day in and day out. I have stood strong with the community, not only my community, but communities across the country. And we just need people like that in office that aren't going to be swayed by other things. And for my city, Portsmouth, we need to put Portsmouth first.
Yes.
As you know, my track record, I don't have any clicks. I don't have any. For me, Portsmouth is the click. And we need somebody that's going to feel that way. And then not only feel that way, but not be afraid to walk in that.
Come on.
Even when you have to walk alone.
Come on. You better come on. You done answer half my questions, lady. Come on.
It's all good because the way we vibe, we can go anywhere. We can go anywhere.
I love it. No, I'm not bad. I love it. See, that's how I knew I liked you. That's how. Listen, y'all. I'm about to try to pick her brain, but she already willing to just give me everything. So listen, this says a lot, and the reason why this is so important for me, cause my city, Portsmouth, right? It is in shambles for real. It really is. And why I thought it was so important to meet with Miss Onyx. I like calling her that. Is it okay if I call you that?
I mean, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Okay.
I like Onyx, but I'm like that too. I always call people Miss Ma'am and things like that, so I get it.
Yeah, so I mean, but out of the respect of your position and your title.
It's all good.
So, I just appreciate your red apple. And like I was going to ask you what your red apple was, but you clearly already said pretty much what your red apple is, what makes you different from everybody else. Okay? So, and maybe you might want to reword it, so I'm going to go ahead and just ask you that question. What makes you different from everybody else?
Is that I'm authentic. And I think that at a time like this, we need real people.
Facts.
And you can say whatever you want to say, but can't nobody tell you that I'm not real. And I meant to say it just like that. Because with my education, I'm still just a kid from Portsmouth. And that's a banner that I carry with me everywhere because I'm proud to be from Portsmouth. I am proud to be from London Oaks. I'm proud to be from the greatest high school on this side of heaven, Northam State University High School. I know she don't like that part. That might be the one thing she don't like.
Just the one thing because I'm a Woodrow Wilson president. But go ahead.
I think that is very, very important because one of the things that I say is that people ask me what my platform is, right, all the time. When you look at candidates, our platforms are almost always very similar. We talk about infrastructure. We talk about public safety. We talk about education. We talk about economic development, right? But the problem is that we get so caught up in those keywords that we don't get to know the person behind the platform. So I'm a person that shows who I am behind the platform because you have to understand and know that I'm going to get the work done. My job as a director in the third largest technology company in the world prepares me to understand contract negotiations and what businesses really want. My job as an advocate prepares me to understand my role is to give the power back to the people. That my role is to do what the people need, not to serve my own interests. And I do that already. So I believe that I am different, and I know that I am different because I continue to walk in that path even as I run for office. I'm not easily swayed. And I'm not going to sit here and say that you will always agree with my decisions, but I will always be able to stand on them, and I will always be able to answer for what I do. And I think that is important because I don't make excuses, and I won't make excuses. And I will only do what the job is. And if I make a decision contrary to what it is that you think should have happened, then I'm not willing to have I am willing to have those tough conversations. I am willing to explain to you everything that I can that does not put my position in jeopardy as to why, because you need to understand why your legislators make certain decisions.
Facts. And they understand the flow and where they're going.
Right.
Yes, for sure. And y'all make sure, now y'all listen, y'all make sure if y'all want to call in, if y'all want to call in for this first ticket that I'm about to raffle off. I got this ticket for. Oh yeah, I said it on the backstage. I'm sorry, y'all. So y'all should have been tapped into the backstage, okay? But
the backstage was lit.
We were real lit on the backstage. We was super lit, okay? Yeah, I know the backstage, baby. I done made it up. Listen, we had the backstage, okay? So now we on the real stage. So let me tell y'all about this event that we have going on. Miss Onyx has this Black Tie Gala event. We're going to have Carl Thomas, Summer Rain.
Hey, I miss I was about to remix it.
Okay, remix
you know, that's what I can't even talk. Man. I got so excited. Let me drink some tea. You go ahead. That's what I get for interrupting your song. Go ahead, you got it, girl.
Okay, man. I thought you were gonna come up with the other song. What's the other song?
I wish I never met her at all, even though I love her so. And she got love for me. He sounds much better than that.
And he does. But we telling y'all who he is, okay? So don't act funny. Now, this Black Tie Gala is going down, okay? And it's going down November the 19th at 5 p.m. So if you could call in to the line 757-964-9367. Again, that is 757-964-9367. You will get a ticket. Now, what I want you to say is you need to be paying attention to what we're talking about, because I'm going to ask you a question, and if you can answer the question, you get the ticket. Now, what number is she on the ballot? Now, y'all should know that, and we ain't going to say it no more until somebody call in and get this ticket, because you got to know. You should be paying attention. Don't be just looking. You got to look and listen, baby, so y'all can win, okay?
And while we're waiting for that, can I tell them a little bit about
Go ahead,
it? And then we can get back to you really about this seat.
Come on. Hey, you know I am.
So on November the 19th, it is the Black Tie Gala featuring Carl Thomas. But what is more important than having an amazing person like Carl Thomas there is the people that we're going to be honoring. We're honoring people that do real work every day, day in and day out. We're honoring Malice, known as No Malice now, formerly of the Clips, as a pioneer because of things that he has done and how he has transitioned from one phase of his life to the another. We're honoring Commonwealth Attorney Stephanie Morales. I'm going to go ahead and freeze right there because we got a call.
We got a pause, y'all. Yo. Welcome to T Spills.
What's up, brother? T Spills, how you doing? It's your boy, Bled. It was a come on, the rapper chef checking in, baby.
Okay, whoop. What you got to say to me on Onyx tonight?
Hey, Miss Onyx, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm blessed by the best, baby. How the faith, I can't complain.
I know that's right.
Already. I just wanted to say, man, congratulations on all of your success for one.
Thank you.
The positivity and the motivation that you give out to people, man, I'm talking about it inspires the world, man. Do not stop doing what you're doing, man. Keep moving, man, because you're making a difference. Trust and believe that.
Thank you so much. You about to make me cry. I'm a gangster.
Thugs cry too.
Yeah, thugs do cry. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
I was just, just scrolling on by, whatever. Like, actually, I was, watching the whole thing. But
that's right. Keep it real, Chef.
But I heard there's some tickets going down, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you have the answer?
Excuse me?
Do you have the answer?
The answer to what question? I'm sorry, y'all got me on.
Oh, see, look at you. I thought you would see, you know what?
No, you were scrolling.
He was
but
scrolling.
It's okay. You might still know the answer.
You might know the answer.
I ain't get to hear the question. You said you got a ticket, but I said, I'm going to start calling back.
You know what? That's the main important ingredient, but it's okay, baby. You called in. We love it. What number is she on the ballot? What number is she on the ballot? That is the question. Huh? What number is Onyx on the ballot, Chef? Come on, Chef. You about to get hung up on doom. I know, because the man put it on that man. You about to go out of here. Click up. We love you, but you gotta go. All right? You didn't win, baby. Try again. Call back. Maybe not better, might not call back.
Try again, Chef. Try again. And look, thank you so much for all the encouragement, but I encourage you to try to call back with the answer. Thank you so much.
Call back, Chef. All right, baby. Bless up. He tried it, babe. He ain't know the answer.
Hey, you gotta try.
They gotta try.
But as I was saying, so that we're honoring, we said No Malice. We're honoring Commonwealth Attorney Stephanie Morales. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
We're honoring Commonwealth Attorney Stephanie Morales, and it's very important that we honor people like her because she has been doing work for restorative justice long before it became popular, understanding the need to reform our criminal justice system. We are honoring Donnell Britt. Donnell Britt is an amazing businessman, a business person, and we want to make sure that we honor people that are making a change in the community, but that can also inspire others. And we don't want somebody that's just talking about they have a certain stature. Like, he has what he says he has, and he has what he don't even post that he has, and he's continuously pouring back into the community.
Big shout outs.
We're also honoring Desiree Finney. Desiree Finney is the mother of Dodo, who plays for the Dallas Mavericks. She also has a daughter who was part of the first all-female referee team that ever refereed a game. So she has done major work, and we think it's important to not only honor the people that are making these changes, but we need to honor the people behind those people, because we all need someone to push them. And last but certainly not least, we have one of the most amazing individuals that I have ever met in my life, and it is an honor for me to know him. His name is Paul Taylor, and we got a call, but I'm going to finish telling you about Paul Taylor in a minute.
Okay, come on, Paul. Yo, good evening. Welcome to T Spills. Who I'm talking to? Amazing. Come on, amazing. I know that voice from Inner Wheel.
Listen, I am so proud of you, Jones. I have to tell y'all, thank y'all for being a landmark. Thank y'all for being the ones that stand in the gap. Thank y'all for being bold and courageous enough to be able to speak those things as if they were already so, and being able to have the authority and the courage to move forward and make sure that it continues to be accomplished. Thank you for being you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that, Queen.
Absolutely. Now, I must add, Miss Onyx, come on there. Vibrations of protection, strength, focus, and willpower.
Yes.
The moniker.
Yes.
Okay, the moniker meaning the personal name, often drawing attention to particular attributes and specific reasons.
Yes.
You
better come on here.
For me to step up for the people. It's coming in as number 4 on the ballot. What made you say right now is the time? You done doubled up and doubled up again. So what made you come and double up and put it before the people this time?
So when you look around and when you really are a person for change and about the people, and you see the conditions of the people in your community around you, and you have the ability, the power, and the fortitude to make change and not be in positions where people can use let's say your job or things like that to try to intimidate or sway you. I've always endorsed and tried to find candidates to do the things that we needed to do, even when God continuously said, I want you to go. I said, here I am, God, send somebody else. And then I would try to take what God put into me and put it into someone else. And I would continue to take the gifts and the opportunities that he gave me and squander it. And when he would say and put people in my place to say, this is your time to run. But I just didn't believe it. And I was like, I don't want to be a politician because I don't want to be a part of that. And what happened this year is that he put some powerful men and women of God from multiple religions in my path, right? So it wasn't just Christianity. It was Islam, too. And they began to pour into me. And they began to say things like, one of the most inspiring things that, and we're honoring him, Paul Taylor said to me, is that I am the type of politician that he's always wanted to see. And to sit there and understand that I can't keep looking for somebody to do the work that God has called me to do.
Come on.
So instead of saying, here I am, God, send somebody else because I want to be over here, I just went ahead and answered the call and said, here I am, God, send me. And when he sent me, I went.
Come on now. Obedience.
And I think a big part of that had to do with me being reunited with my father after 40 years. And if you understand the significance of the number 40 in the Bible, it always has to do with testing and trials and transition and then overcoming. So after 40 years, my father, who was a pastor, was brought back into my life, and we were not separated due to any cause of our own. So we had a beautiful we had a beautiful reunion, and in that, because of who I am as a person, I've never needed anybody to validate me. But what I found out I needed my father to affirm me.
Come on.
So when my father affirmed me, everything clicked into place.
Come on.
So when I realized that all of those times that I was saying, here I am, God, send someone else, I realized that I did not feel affirmed. And if you think about the Old Testament and other books and religions, you are always identified by the clan of your father. So I could never say I am Onyx, daughter of. I knew who my father is, but I didn't know my father. So I knew my heavenly father. So now I'm able to say I am Onyx, daughter of Stephen. I am affirmed in him and in so many ways, and that gave me a strength I didn't know that I was missing, because I always thought I was a strong woman. So that is the power of having a father affirm his child, because we almost always have our mothers. So this is for the men out there. You don't have to be married to the mother. You don't even have to be in the household. But you do need to affirm your children, because as successful as I have been in every walk of my life, I have accomplished everything that I set out to accomplish. I was not affirmed by my father, and I had bought into the things of the world to say that I did not need my father to affirm me, or a father figure to affirm me. But when my father affirmed me and said, you are mine, and when he stood up and told everybody that I was his, something inside of me clicked in a way that it never clicked before, and everything that I had been through before then made sense. And I understood that this time when the call came to run, I understood, win or lose, that I have a message to get out there, and there is a change that I need to do, and I will go unafraid, even if I have to go alone.
Facts. I like that.
So I said all that to say, I hope you got it, that I'm about my father's business, both of them.
That right? Come on, you're going to get fired. And you're going to get fired.
Hallelujah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Say nah. That is a I say and say nah. Thank you for stepping in that full purpose.
Thank you.
I am also from Portsmouth.
Yes.
Peace City.
My father, the biological father that I have known, had already passed in transition. But understanding that even how he named, that's going back to that affirmation. Even when God was not able to be in the presence of the child. My father was in the same neighborhood, but we were not able to be around each other on a regular basis due to work, and him having to make sure he dealt with and took care of his other children. So, by that being so, still understanding that he gave my man for a purpose and a reason, that is an affirmation that has been holding on strong, even when I felt lost.
Yes.
So you regain that, and that is one of the biggest things that our children and our adults are still healing, especially in Portsmouth. But it's going to start at home.
It has to.
It always starts within, and then it goes outwardly. And because you were willing, y'all were willing. We have been willing. Everybody that is attached to you and comes into connection with you will already have a mindset and a heart to do the very will of the Spirit of Most High God.
Yes.
In the name of Jesus, it has already been spoken and already will be so. So that is the energy that you can continue to vibrate in.
Yes.
And you have sent that transition. That very signal that you have been sending out, that is what is drawing back into you. So that is why your supporters are going to be there for you even more.
Thank you.
Come on.
I will. Thank you so much. I believe that, and I received that. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. How can we continue to assist in this movement of change and shifting the atmosphere into a greater being?
So the biggest thing I need right now is I need everybody to go out and vote number 4 on the ballot, right? Because
November the 8th.
November the 8th. I am Onyx, Lakesha K. Onyx Hicks. I am number 4 on the ballot, and I need us to tell everybody to go out and vote for me. However, above and beyond that, I have a nonprofit called PRR, stands for Prevention, Reform, and Recidivism, where we actually get out into the community. So the P stands for Preventing the School to Prison Pipeline, the R stands for Reforming the Criminal Justice System, and then the last R stands for Reducing Recidivism by reforming the felon and other offenders. It is very important because we don't understand the importance that if we prevent the school to prison pipeline, we actually answer. We actually can do so many other things. We don't understand that a lot of the way that the legislation works, and we need somebody like me in office that understands that to get things changed in our school system, I'm going to have to go beyond our local school board because they can do what they can do locally, but there are changes that we have to have made at the state level.
Yep.
So I'm not going to just stop and say, oh, I'm a city council, so my impact only happens here. So like with the school to prison pipeline, that can be started and stopped in the classroom. The teachers have a lot of power, but a lot of times their hands are tied because they have these no tolerance laws, right? So you have a good kid that has a bad day and that's their teacher. I know it's a good kid that's having a bad day, and the answer for this kid isn't suspension. The answer for this kid may be just a timeout. They might just need to go to ISS. And when the teachers don't have the power to make those decisions, what we know statistically is that when kids get in trouble in school, when they get embarrassed in school, when they get suspended in school, when they get those type of corporal punishments in school, we understand that they begin to start to a transition and a trend of dropping out. And what we also know is that people that drop out of school are so much more likely to go to prison than children that get a high school diploma. So it's almost set up for our failure because we also know that those things systemically impact children of color a lot more because and specifically black men, and then secondly black women, and then Hispanics. So here's the issue. The issue is when we don't understand that that's what's happening to us, because even in other situations and other communities, even when teachers don't have the power that they legally aren't supposed to have, they will make those executive decisions to not ruin another child's life. So if sometimes the only way that we can impact these things is to legislate it, because when it comes to us, we can't always rely on the fact that people will do what's right. Sometimes we got to put the law on them just like they do on us. So in order to make sure that all children are created equitably, we need to make sure that we legislate on every single level to impact that. And then we can keep those kids from going into the criminal justice system while we're working to reform it to bring those other people home that should not be there, like people that have drug charges, that have double life sentences, that didn't do anything else. It makes absolutely no sense. We're not saying that they shouldn't be in prison, but what we're saying is that the time does not fit the crime.
Not fit the crime at all.
And we're fighting to change those type of laws, especially since they again disproportionately affect us, and then making sure that when we work to help reform the felon, and I'm gonna go back a step, because me and my team, we do a lot of work with bringing people home and fighting to get them home on the state and national level, and we've been successful in several endeavors. And then when you go on to reforming the reducing recidivism by reforming the felon and other offenders, that is an uphill fight for any felon, but specifically for black men, because the New York Post did a blind poll a few years ago where they were able to get employers to admit that they would rather hire a white man with a criminal record than to hire a black man that was qualified, that did not have a criminal record. So then when you throw a criminal record on top of that, then they are behind the eight ball even further. So we have a lot of inequities to address, and we could not do it without our allies of all races. So I want to make sure that we make that clear, because a lot of times when we get in these fights, we wanted to make it seem like it's us and nobody else, but we haven't been able to ever change anything with it only just being us, and we got to be real about that.
And that's facts.
We
got to be supported by our counterparts.
We have not been. We didn't get out of slavery by ourselves. We didn't elect Obama by ourselves. We didn't do a lot of things by ourselves, but we have to learn to support each other. So the best way that you can support me and the movement and the things that we want to do for the community is by first getting me in office, and then at any time reaching out to me and on any messenger or PRR and see how you can get involved, because a lot of people think that like I'm an activist and an advocate. You don't have to be on the front line like me. There are so many things and so many other opportunities and so many things that you can give, even if it's just your support. Like sometimes when we're out there, things like water help, knowing that we're going to go talk to kids, things like whatever your expertise is, being able to bring you along, because the things that inspire kids that come from where I come from, is amazing. A lot of times when they look at me, they say, "You ain't come from London Oaks," and I'm like, "Yes, I did. I lived right there where everybody sold drugs at. One way in, one way out." So when they see us, and I make sure that I really surround myself with a lot of the people that they look up to, because I realized that even as a little girl in the hood, I looked up to the drug dealers too, right? So one of my things is I make sure that we do is there are a lot of people in my organization that are returning citizens and have felons, right? But they have turned their life around so significantly that they now have everything legally that they had illegally before. So when I send them out to talk to these kids, they're able to show them, you can have the 750, you can have the 760, you can have the Audi AA, you can have the Porsche Panamera. Panamera. I didn't say the Panorama. Girl. That's how my grandma said it.
Because I don't even know it.
You can have those things, but let us show you how to get it the right way. So when they show up with the things that look like a video and they're able to say, you don't got to get it the way that I originally had it. I'm going to show you how to get it now. I got a pool, I got a boat, I got a car, and that came from where you come from. So those things are important, and being able to provide resources and just helping in any way is how we can all change this narrative, because at the end of the day, the younger we get them, the easier it is for us.
Most definitely. Thank you so much. Amazing. Well, look, because you done came up and got all this greatness. You don't even got to know the number no more because she just said it. I'm going to give you this ticket, okay? You won the ticket because I like your engagement. Your engagement, you deserve the ticket. Oh, she did. Oh, and you said the number twice, so you get it.
And I want to say this, too. So this particular organization, Gym and Tonics,
Come
right?
on, talk about
they
it.
are giving proceeds back from this to PRR, which is my organization.
Woo-hoo.
So when supporting
Full
things
circle.
like this, you see it right here on your ticket, that they are giving the proceeds back to my organization so that we can continue to do the work that we do. And the great thing about that is when we have organizations like that give money to us, our hands aren't tied, and we can move however we want to move.
Yes, thank you. She is so bomb.
Giving back fully.
Yes.
Unapologetically, with designment.
Yes.
That's power.
Yes.
That is the power right there.
Yes.
The protection, by you vibrating in such energy and mindset and willing to release that and share that amongst the people, because you have now understood your full being.
Yes.
Walking that purpose. No longer you have become selfish because it was a good time.
Absolutely.
It was a time and place for everything, and where you overgave, and continue to give, and not being able to reciprocate by other people, not having that same thing poured into you.
You better preach.
Ain't she preaching?
Mm-hmm.
You have to continue to pour through without having any kind of retention.
Yes.
towards other people because they were not willing to or didn't know how to.
Yes.
You continue to pour in different places to make sure that that seed that fell in that ground, even though it was a fertile ground, it was a great place.
Mm-hmm.
That seed had never broken.
Yep.
That seed was not able to sprout because it had never broken. Then you are sprouting that seed because you're breaking the ground.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. Thank you. I receive all of that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Amazing. You the stuff.
Continue to glow and grow.
Oh, go ahead. Say what you
Thank
gotta say
you.
to her.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I receive it. Thank you so much for calling in and just giving us this love.
Yeah.
Peace and blessings, y'all.
Yeah,
Peace
thank
and bless. Oh, yeah. I'm going to call you about your ticket, okay?
Okay.
Because you won the ticket, baby. We got one more ticket. Yes, ma'am. You going to see Carl Simons.
Yeah. We said to other people, I got to finish telling them about Paul Taylor in a minute.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, baby.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Thank you, love.
Absolutely.
Amazing. All right. Okay.
And the last person that we were honoring is Paul Taylor, right? So Paul Taylor is the advocate of the year. Paul Taylor is a man.
I met him.
Yes, you met him at the end.
Oh,
Remember
I
you spoke.
love
He
you,
was
Mr. Paul.
he was the
Yes,
next
he
to the
dope.
last person that
Yeah.
spoke. So when I say that he gives and he gives and he gives, and not only does
And
he
he
give
gives even when he going through.
when he's going through,
Even when
so
he going, I'm sorry, I had to
oh
add
yeah,
that
no,
in there
he does because I'm gonna
that
say
was
something
so
about him.
humble, and that was so like he got a great passion for
He
people,
is so
though. Go ahead.
authentic, and he is such an amazing leader. And not only does he give, and not only does he create opportunities, but he shows. He leaves the breadcrumbs so people can come behind him and not be lost, right?
Come
and you
on.
said that he gives even when he's going through. So one of the things I would like to say about Paul is that they say that Allah, that he chastens the ones that he loves, right? So when he's going through his trials and tribulations, Paul takes it as honor. So he doesn't take it as a trial or as a tribulation. When Allah is taking him through these transitions, he takes it as honor, and he walks in his pain in the honor because he knows that God has something better for him. So while we're like, Paul, we sorry. Paul, like, yes, I ain't. Paul's like, I'm not sorry. I'm going where Allah take me.
You know what? That's confirmation
he
right there.
He continuously, wherever he goes through, wherever he, we could not have our first event without honoring him, because whatever happens in his life, no matter how the most inconceivable things, he knows that Allah has something greater for him, and he takes it as honor, and he walks in it as honor, and then he takes those pains and he turns it into triumphs, and he doesn't only do it for himself, but he does it for everybody else that may have experienced anything close to what he's experienced before and after that. So for that, I honor him today. I honor him tomorrow. We'll honor him on the 19th. But that is my friend, my mentor, and he is just, my life has been richer for knowing him.
And I believe it, because just from knowing his story made my life richer.
Yeah.
Like, and I just want to say how translation to that or correlation to that in the Bible, he's like Job, going through his trials, and even though he knew that God had something, he would not curse God.
Yeah.
It's the same difference. Like, he would not curse God. So I just love the whole mindset of the man.
Yeah.
Like, because the mind of the man, the heart of the man, the spirit of the man is everything.
Right.
And then on top of that, he always be fly too, y'all.
Please don't say that, Paul. We need to strike that from the record, because if he listening right now, he gonna say effortless trip.
I love that effortless drip. He be real down for his stuff. I love it. Listen, look, okay, so we done talked about a lot. Woo, I'm so excited. So I got one ticket left for this gala event, the Black Tie Gala. Do you understand? Carl Thomas is gonna be in the building. Now, y'all, if y'all don't know the answer by now, y'all late. But I think I might get another question. I might keep the same one, because I want to see if y'all paying attention or not. All right?
We done said it.
Because we done said it
144 times.
Come on, I was gonna say 1,000. I'll be real.
We might have said it, and I done said the answer 2 times in the number I gave.
You did. I said, Lord, she gonna keep telling them, but they ain't catch up yet. So we gonna see. Okay, so as it pertains to truth, right? Mm-hmm. What is the truth about what direction you are trying to take the city of Portsmouth in?
Up. Because we've been down. You know what I'm saying? Portsmouth is a place of promise.
It is, though.
Portsmouth has so much potential.
What?
It is.
Limitless.
And Portsmouth is such a unique place, because Portsmouth applies this pressure to you that you don't get nowhere else. Mm-hmm. Like, you got to be somewhere major like Chicago to get the pressure that Portsmouth put on you.
Come on.
And when you make it out, you realize that ain't none of this stuff, and I mean this, I'm not gonna talk proper. Ain't none of this stuff got nothing on where I came from. I done lived in survival mode all my life, and you mean to tell me you think that this gonna break me? Nah. So Portsmouth not only has all of this potential, so my goal is to take Portsmouth out. My goal is to make sure we read these contracts, because that's what I do. I write, because you ain't gonna get me on no contract. I'm gonna tell you that right now. To read these contracts, so when we bring these businesses to Portsmouth, that it doesn't say things like we aspire, that we actually put in there what we want and what we need to happen, because these businesses need to be beneficial to Portsmouth. Yes. The poverty level in Portsmouth is ridiculous. With all of these,
disproportionate to all the other cities, and we are the smallest city.
We are. It's 90.
Come on,
I believe it's a little over 90,000 people in Portsmouth.
And look, let's talk about. Hold on, we gotta talk about this. So, let's talk about how the city is the largest residential area of a residential city, because all other cities have other businesses that bring in revenue. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about this, okay? How do you feel about our city, like when we're talking about being the smallest city, the most residential city, with the less revenue and resources, but we have the highest taxes?
Whew. So that's why people like me need to be on council, right?
Come on, let's talk about it.
I'm gonna bring the casino in, right? I'm gonna bring the casino in right here, and I'm gonna bring the casino in for a reason.
Okay.
I hope that the casino goes well, right? Mm-hmm. But the deal that we have surrounding that casino is not a good deal for the citizens of Portsmouth, right? And it's tax revenue wise, yes, right? But job creation for the city, We don't know because it has terminology like aspire. We will aspire to hire Portsmouth residents. Aspire just means to try.
Yeah. That's all.
I don't need you to aspire to do anything. I need you to
Guarantee.
do that. I need you to guarantee it. And we need to have livable wages, right?
Yes.
So when you think of things like that, when you think of some of the deals, because we bring businesses here,
We do.
but the contracts and agreements aren't good for the citizens of Portsmouth. So we're going to continue to have, and there are opportunities to tax, to increase taxes and certain things with the ports and things like that. But we haven't taken advantage of those opportunities. And there's another part of that. Although we do have a hugely residential area, we do have a lot of federal land in Portsmouth which cannot be taxed, which decreases the amount of taxable area that we have. So we do have to remember that. But there are things that we can do to offset those. We have to clean the city up because we need to make people want to come here.
Yes.
But even with the casino, my question is this: with the casino, what do we plan to build around the casino so that when people win money,
They can go
that
spend
they
it.
can spend it in Portsmouth?
Come on, talk about it. We need them all.
Where you gonna spend money at in
Victory
Portsmouth?
Crossing ain't
Victory
enough.
Crossing.
That ain't enough.
You gonna go to Lowe's?
That ain't enough.
You gonna go to Farm Fresh?
That ain't enough.
You gonna go to the buffet?
That ain't
You gonna
enough.
go get some wings?
Come on now.
Like,
We
what
need
you
a
gonna
skating
do?
ring. We need a mall. We need a movie theater. We need I like the little Victory Crossing idea, but I feel like they could have kept it like more so like the original Town Mall thing set up the way it had. It was more lucrative.
Well, not only that, there are some deals that I'm researching about that Victory Crossing thing where it makes it hard for us to even build businesses sometimes. Because sometimes some businesses, when you look at the contracts, they actually have more power than the council, where they're able to say certain things and they're able to deny new businesses. So we have to make sure that we address those type of things as well. But there's a lot, and I don't think we got enough time to get into
it's
on
okay,
this show,
no,
but
but
that's
I
a lot.
Oh look, he like this. This is like we got time. He got time for this.
Just,
Oh, yeah,
we
we
got
do.
time today, huh?
Hey, we crossing the lines today.
Yeah, you know I'm
so
crossing
look,
the line every
all the
day.
time. So look, this is another question I want to ask. I'm gonna get into these comments. I appreciate all y'all for talking to us too. I'm gonna get into the comments, but I have one more question first. Do you agree or disagree? Well, I know you're gonna agree. So I was gonna say this. What ways would you say or suggest to people that they would be? Why is it so important to infiltrate the system as people of color? And when I say infiltrate, I may not be the word people like to use, but it's the same thing. It's what they do, our counterparts do to us. They infiltrate our systems and they figure out information. What would be the point? Why? What is the end result? What is the importance, the weight of why we need to be more diligent and more in tune and tap into and deliberate in picking areas of expertise like city council, politics, law, just all the legal aspects for this portion?
Well, we need to infiltrate because how we supposed to change something we don't know how it works? We don't even know the game plan. So we out here talking, and while we're saying that our counterparts infiltrate us, they don't got to infiltrate us because we don't know who we are. So we're always looking for other people to validate us. And as long as we look for people outside of us we don't know who we are. So as long as we look for people outside of us to validate us, we will always be hoodwinked. We will always be bamboozled. We will always be led astray. So until we understand that our power comes from being a community just like everybody else, because if you think about this, whenever we say black, everybody gets mad. You know why they get mad? They get mad because the black dollar is so powerful and we make everybody else rich for us. The issue that we don't understand is that money has never been an issue in the black community. Has never been an issue.
It's the way we spend it.
The issue is how we spend it. Do you understand if black people pull their money together only in the United States? Do you understand that we would be the 9th richest country in the world?
Yes, ma'am.
We would be not the 9th richest state. We would be the 9th richest country in the. If 12%, because our spending power is that great. Remember, we only make up 12% of the U.S., right? And this includes the people that's locked up, right? So we have people that's incarcerated. So if we begin to get wise enough, just like our counterparts, and pool our money and spend our money amongst ourselves, then we will become more powerful. The other thing is that we don't have a voting block. One of the things that I am is that I am the director for the state of Virginia for our Black Party. It was created by Sean Combs, right?
Okay.
It was created because we don't have anyone that actually galvanizes us to have a voting block. The reason why other nationalities are so powerful and they listen because one, they vote, and then two, they vote in blocks.
True.
So you have people that can say, you know what, if you don't do this for us, we will not vote for you. We don't even recognize our power.
Yep.
Elections are won and lost based on how we vote, right? I'm gonna give you a prime example. Hillary lost because we didn't vote for her. We didn't, and Trump won because we didn't vote at all. Biden, who made all these laws to put us under a rock and ain't did nothing to take it back, he won because we voted for him. So not that we have the power, we're not 50% by any means, but we are the difference maker.
Yeah, we are.
And when we understand the power in us being able to make a difference, then we can make a change, because if we stick together, and I just got to say this, y'all.
Come on, say it.
I don't understand why y'all so stuck on being Democrats.
Because we truly want Democrats at first. To be honest, we were Republicans.
I don't think we should be. We were Republicans before that, and then that was a great deal.
Oh, yeah.
So if you do your your research, there was a deal that was made to guarantee our vote to the Democrats, and when there was the civil rights movement, right? But I'm gonna get off of that. Here's the thing: I'm an independent. I am now and will always be an independent, because I'm gonna vote for the person and not the party. And I'm gonna say this: why would any Republican come talk to you about what you need if you're gonna vote Democrat anyway?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, our vote don't mean nothing to them, because we ain't gonna vote for them no way.
Okay, I'm glad we talking about voting quick. Okay, look, y'all. So my job, I am a canvasser supervisor for the Elaine Laureate campaign, right? So this is the reason why I do it, because I understand how powerful our vote is.
It is.
And I understand how I am able to make other people understand why it's important to vote. Even if you believe it's a hoax, right? I'm going to rock with you, because sometimes I do too. However, you got to understand your power, right? I just had to drop this in because it is election time. So for those naysayers or those people who are undecided, I just really want to let you understand in a deeper level to why you need to really go out here and vote. Okay? It's 4 main reasons. The first reason is because our ancestors died for us to have that right. If we didn't have that right, we'd be bitching, moaning, and groaning. Excuse my French, but this is a fact.
Speak French.
Second thing, I love it. Second thing is because if you want things done for your city, like I want things done for the city of Portsmouth, if you want things done for your actual community, your zip code 23704, because that's how they branch us in zoning. That's why zoning is there, okay? So if you understand that, right? If you don't vote and you want your streets fixed, that's why your streets don't get fixed. If you vote and your school system suck, that's why your school system suck. Like, I'm not, you hear her saying it, you ain't got to take what I'm saying. She gonna back it up and tell me if I'm wrong. She know. Listen. It's very vital to vote, because if you vote, they pay attention to you.
Yes.
If you don't vote, they like what she said, why the Republicans don't talk to us. It's the same reason why they're Democrat. Even if you're a Democrat, right? Ain't gonna talk about your city or your neighborhood.
They gonna show up and kiss your baby when it's time to vote, and they gonna walk away.
And they're not gonna address nothing that you got to say. Why? Because you did not get them where they don't have the answer to you. But like she said, that voting block. See, I ain't even know the right terminology, but thank you. That voting block. I'm about to use that tomorrow. Yeah. That is very important, because they gonna adhere to what you say, because you do have the power to vote them in and vote them out. And I really truly understood like how people utilize that power. I knew we had the power, but I didn't know how to utilize it.
And we are the decision makers. We gotta understand we the decision makers. There's power in that vote.
Yes, it is.
And I need y'all to understand that the local elections is what determines your way of life way more than any other election there is. We only want to vote for president. Let me tell you something. If you don't like your taxes, if you don't like the way your school system is, if you don't like the way your streets look, if you don't like the crime, you better vote at these local elections.
Come on, let's look at Obama, right? We had the president that we wanted, so we thought, right? But guess what? The House was, because we sucked. We did not vote at all.
Yeah.
Before in the priors, in the preliminaries. So he had a House full of Republicans. Why? Because we didn't understand how the thing worked. See, it's a format that they use, and it's a process. See, the president is just really the puppy. Right. He's not the master. See, y'all gotta understand. See, that's why y'all gotta listen to this stuff. That's why I asked you about the infiltrating. Because I wanted to understand, like, why? Because I think people don't need to understand. You need to learn stuff outside of yourself. Because then you have a better grip and understanding on how things work.
And I want y'all to understand this too. Blindly voting for a party, right? I'm going to tell you what the problem is with that.
Come on.
So when people run for office, right, they will look at the demographics in the area and say, this area, 97% of the time over the last 100 years has voted Democrat. And if you want, they will change whatever their thing is to get into office.
Yep.
So you might be voting for a Democrat, and you might think that they're a Democrat, but they don't align with any of your values or any of the things that you care about. Same thing on the Republican side. For those people that blindly vote Republican, you might go and vote for a Republican because you think, oh, I'm only voting for Republican forever for the rest of my life. Well, guess what? They may have only did it because this area always votes Republican.
Yep.
So I want to get elected, so I'm going to say that I'm a Republican. That's why it is important for you to vote for the person and not the party, understand the issues, and that's why I said earlier, everybody's priorities are almost always the same. You better get to know who they are behind those priorities to make sure that what they saying to you when they get in that office, that they're going to fight to the best of their ability to get it done. Because don't be fooled. It's 2022. Look. We ain't got Encyclopedia Britannica no more. Shoot, I only have 4 volumes. The whole volume is online now, so we better.
Real.
You can go look at all that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And what you said is very important. Understanding who you're voting for, and like you said, not because our counterparts are the same way. Let me tell y'all another little tidbit. Don't let them fool you, because propaganda is real shit.
It is real.
It's a way to condition your mind, right? So they tell us it's propaganda about how we don't vote and how we don't have a voice. That's a lie. I'm going to tell you, I've been doing this, right? I started out being a canvasser. It's more of our counterparts that don't want to vote than it is of us, because they feel that the system has let them down. Because they feel like their party is not Republican no more. They're not being an orthodox Republican. So a lot of them like, I'm done with it all, because they're definitely not going to vote Democrat.
Right.
Because why they go against their whole model, their whole way of living, right? So I said all this to say, don't be fooled or dismayed and let them talk you out of your vote either. You go out here and you vote regardless, because guess why? It's your power. And we don't have that many powers. So you utilize your spending power. You utilize your voting power. You utilize your voices when you can go to these city council meetings and these school board meetings. You utilize your voice, because that's the power that you have until you can get better power. But we never gonna get our power back if we don't utilize it at the small steps, at the small levels, but so they can grow to the bigger levels. Because if we get Lakesha, Onyx, Hicks in at city council level, and then we can vote her in. Look at Senator Louise Locust. Now, regardless of how y'all feel about her, she worked her way through the ranks.
She absolutely did.
She worked her way through the ranks. You understand me? And it starts with one little step, though. That's all I'm saying. So we have to make sure we're being diligent. We got to make sure that we are really, like she said, doing our homework on people. That's why I thought it was very important to get her up here, because I know that I like her personally. But there was some things I want to ask her, and some things I want to see about who she is as a person, because like you say, I know that the lines is rehearsed. Y'all all got the same lines, because y'all got to debate or know the same things.
I just want to let y'all know my lines don't be rehearsed. I be off the cuff all the time.
Off the cuff. Because you reports. We all some free verses. You better say it. Spin that high fire. Look, so oh my God, so let's talk about some of these people right quick for live gaming, because we do got a lot of line. I mean, a lot of people. Shout out to everybody, y'all.
Thank y'all for tuning in tonight.
Yes, come on, Miss Ratcliffe. Come on, Barry.
That's what
that's what I'm doing now, Loud. Come on, Loud. They had to wait, baby. We having the show. Look, they gotta wait a little bit. We gotta talk a little bit. Okay, let's see. Okay, I just did Miss Ratcliffe. Come on, Amazing. Come on, Mr. Dudley. Thank you for calling in. Come on, Mr. Teller Paul. Come on, Marcus Jones. Come on, Win. Come on, Eric James. Come on, Sel. Let's see. Come on, Dre. Newey. Whoop, whoop. You need to hurry up and come back and do your show. Come on, Ma. How you doing? Most women do that. Try to put or pour their calling into someone else. For sure. Let's go down. It's a lot of stuff, y'all. You know I've been promoting. Okay, Miss Deja been promoting, y'all.
Yes, she has. Thank you, Deja.
Hey, come on, Deja. Come on, with a damn minute. What? Come on, Powell, Virginia. Come on. Let's see. Let's go to people. Oh, okay, right. It's not for its citizens. Half of us don't have the qualifications for those jobs. That's true. She was talking about the casino. Yeah, that's it. Spending for us. So that's right.
I think the qualifications might just be a high school diploma, though.
Yeah, it's a
For
lot.
some of them, no, they make you go to school. No, okay, so a lot of them, because my friend was doing it, you got to go to TCC, but I think they provide it. I don't think
They
you gotta
do
pay
provide
for it. They provide for you to go to TCC to learn whatever it is that you got to learn.
Here's the thing about that, the qualifications, but even in the entry-level jobs, the contract says that they will aspire to hire local. It says they will aspire to do that. So my issue is with the terminology on aspiring to do anything. I will aspire to be an astronaut. But that don't mean I'm going to really put a lot of effort in. All I got to do is go and say, hey, just cross a few I's and dot. And not to say that they haven't tried and that they're not doing their best. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is overall, what we need to make sure that we do is that when we have these contracts, we need to have metrics inside of contracts that we can hold these people accountable to. I cannot hold anybody accountable to aspire. When your kid tell you, well, I'm going to try, you be like, you going to what? No, you going to do it.
You going to do it.
No.
Because you know what somebody told me, wise, it's a lot of things in life we really can't try. It's either we doing or we not.
Yeah.
It's only a few things in life, honestly, that you can try. Try to lift your hand. You can't try. If you're going to lift your hand and you're not.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Now, you can try to do something for the first time.
Right.
You can try to complete a task.
Yeah.
Like, you can try to do few things, but we use that word try in its wrong format.
Every time I use it, it's usually like a way for me to have a loophole to get out of something. I ain't even gonna lie. I be like, they be like, you coming tonight, girl? I'm gonna try. Because if I go lay down, I tried. I thought about it. I thought about it, but you know what? I felt like Powell was calling me, or what is it?
Somebody even just been calling you.
And I mean, that's what
sometimes they really just need a pillow.
That's really what be calling me, but I be acting like I'm looking at Kanan, and then I be looking at my eyelids. That's why I was thinking of raising eyelids.
Raising Kanan. Yeah. I love her. Look, I got her so comfortable over here. That's my boo. She's gonna win, y'all. She gonna do some great things for Portsmouth.
Especially y'all show up and vote. Y'all got to vote. I mean, everybody's saying you got it. I got it. If y'all come vote.
Yeah, y'all
don't just assume because people know me. Because that happens a lot, and I can't impress upon the need that a lot of times when we think that somebody is popular and we think that people know them and we think that everybody's going to vote, we won't go do it. But we have to go do it because if everybody's thinking, oh, she don't need my vote because everybody's going to go vote, then if everybody think that way, then nobody's going to vote. So I need you guys to go vote for Lakesha K. Onyx Hicks, number 4 on the ballot.
And I also want to tell y'all this to use for this voting season as well as the duration of your life. Don't ever worry about what somebody else is doing.
You got that right.
Always be accountable for what you do. Because if we think like that, like the way she was just saying, if we think like that, that's how we miss out on all our blessings in life. Because that brings me to my next question. Like, because of what you said earlier, right? How you have pushed to this point, how everything has been aligned to this point and getting you right to this point. Being at this point right now, so close, how do you really feel?
I'm tired, boss.
I know it.
But I'm inspired.
Oh, come on,
because
baby.
you know what I learned is that when I'm pouring out of my flesh, that's when I'm tired. So I realize when I feel like I'm tired and I can't go on, that means that I've been pulling from the wrong place.
Come on.
But when I pull from my spirit, I'm re-energized and I'm renewed. So that means that I wasn't focused. I wasn't connected to the source. So sometimes when you're in roles like this, there's so much going on and so many things get connected. We forget how we need to stay connected. So I start realizing when I'm feeling tired and when I'm feeling frustrated, that's because I'm no longer connected to I'm always connected to the source, but I'm not plugged all the way in. I haven't been doing what I need to do. I haven't been I haven't been meditating. I haven't been making sure that I'm giving honor in all the ways that honor should be given. I haven't been making sure that I've been feeding myself.
Come on.
I'm sometimes so worried about feeding other people. So when I get tired, like today, I was a little bit tired because I was meeting after meeting after meeting, and I was like, you know what? Let me recalibrate. But I'm excited. I'm excited and I'm inspired, and I know at the end of the day that it's time for a new Portsmouth, and one way or the other, we gonna get one.
Yes, ma'am. I agree. Now, we got to answer this question right here. Onyx, you are brilliant. Will you have classes under your nonprofit to assist us, the citizens, to learn more about policies and the language of contracts?
Absolutely. Stay tuned for that. We have already incorporated the financial literacy class under our nonprofit, where we've been able to go and partner with different communities so that we can provide those classes for free. Hey. And I'm working with Bishop Barry Randall to help create some more things around politics and policies and understanding just how to move in those, and some other legislators that are really interested in their heart. I'm having conversations with some delegates from around the state, to make sure that and delegates that were advocates, because they understand the need for us to understand laws and just how to research things and look up something as simple as people's voting records and how they voted on things, because they can tell you anything. You know what? They can sidestep anything. But so those things are coming. I'm just trying to get through the election right now.
Respect.
But as soon as we get through those in 2023, make sure you go follow the page, the Facebook page and the Instagram page at the PRR.org, and stay connected there. And as we move past this election, you will start to see more interaction from PRR as far as classes and things like that will be given. We've actually partnered recently with PRHA because they have a lot of resources and things that the community does not know about, so that we can help be the bridge between the community and the things that it needs, as well as PRHA. And we are also in conversations with other city agencies so that we can continue to provide those resources, because I don't believe in having 46 different wheels. If we can all come together and do the same thing, if you are already doing it in excellence, there is no need for me to do it from my organization. I can point them to yours.
Yes. Come on.
I think that we have to get
collective.
We like, my only competition is me.
Yep.
They say, how you better than your competition? I'm gonna be like, who you talking about? How I'm better than me? Because I don't look at people as competition. I want to collaborate as much as I possibly can.
Yeah, remember we were talking about it off the camera.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter who's doing it. If
doesn't.
we get out of the ego and the pride, we'll be, especially in my city of Portsmouth, we'll be so much better, because we, like you said, we are full of potential and success. But everybody wants to be a chief. Everybody not built to be a chief. Everybody's personality ain't right to be a chief.
Yeah.
Everybody's mindset is not right to be a chief. And everybody's position is just simply not to be a chief. If everybody's a chief, then who the hell are you going Indian? There's going to be no Indians. You can't chief nobody if everybody's a chief. Everybody got a role to play.
And guess what? Once you realize the power is behind the throne because everybody want to be the king. The king makes his decisions based on what his advisors say.
Come on. He ain't even the real. See, if people really understood the role, right? The people that you see in the forefront is never really the voice.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just the voice. They're not really the move. They're not the true voice. They're just going through because they're the person that got the face. They're the face for it. So, I love it. Look, okay, so let me say, how have you maintained such high energy moving through this race?
I'm sorry.
No, you.
Paul said he said thank you because he's watching. So I'm sorry I seen that go through. So he told me to thank you. Can you repeat the question?
Oh no, you're welcome, Paul. I'm gonna have you up here next because you're super dope. Look, how have you maintained such high energy throughout this race, moving throughout this race?
Having the right people around me.
That's dope.
Because you know what? When they said, I forget her name, when she called about your energy, right? When she talked about my energy.
Amazing.
So amazing. Because I was like, I feel like it was amazing, but I just thought what she said was amazing. So I'm going to ask. So, like, amazing was talking about energy, right? Once you're able to vibrate at a certain level,
come on,
so things will start to fall away from you, right? And some of the things that fall away from you gonna hurt your heart because it's things that you thought were gonna be in your life, right? It's things that you thought that were gonna be there forever, and they were only supposed to be there for a season. That's why marriages sometimes end and you don't understand why, and that's why relationships, no matter whether they are romantic, friendship, or business, they end because we got connected to something too deeply that was not supposed to be in our life forever, right? So as those things begin to fall away from us, we have to remember what our purpose is, and what happens is your vibration starts to raise, right? So you start attracting those things to you that are going to help you get to the next level. So what happens in your evolution process, right, as you evolve to the next level, is people are either going to evolve with you or they're not. People either going to root for you or they're not. Because I have people that they don't want to go where I'm going, right? But they still love me and I still love them. And although we might not talk together to each other every day, they cannot be a part of my inner circle because the energy that they bring is going to take me off task.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I have to have people around me that understand not only what the mission is, that we have to edify each other, because what I've learned is when you're pouring into somebody with a certain vibration that either matches yours or higher than yours, you don't get drained.
Nope.
Because as you're pouring into them, you're
right
getting edified.
Come on.
But when you begin to get distracted by the things, when you get distracted by a test and that's not your assignment, that's what we mess up at. we get attracted by tested on our assignments, and I'm just learning the difference between that. And it doesn't, because, and we look at the wrong things when we think about people that should be in our circle. We start, like, we'll look at somebody and be like, oh, they ain't got nothing, I ain't messing with them. They might be worth $46 billion, and they might have the word, the connections, and everything that you need. And not that money is everything, but I'm just using that as an example. Sometimes we dismiss people too fast and we accept people too quickly.
Come on.
So it goes both ways. So I just stay inspired by making sure that I'm continuously pruning myself and those that are closest to me, because you have to be able to reprioritize. I would say this year I met some of the most amazing people in my life, and I did not know that I was going to be running. Like, the earlier part of this year, I met one of the best friends that I could have ever met. And this person has changed my life in ways that they probably don't even know. I told them today, did I ever tell you how much you inspire me? They probably never knew. But on my way here, I said, did I ever tell you how much you inspire me? They was like, maybe, I don't know. I was like, maybe what? But I'm continuously going through a pruning process. And as you begin, because equally yoked is not only important in marriage, it's important in everything in your life. It's important in every part of your life to be equally yoked with those people that are most connected to you. So that's how I stay inspired.
Because what? Bad company corrupts good character.
You got that right.
Yes, ma'am. So, how does it feel living in Portsmouth, being raised in Portsmouth, born in Portsmouth, leaving Portsmouth, and coming back?
Well, Portsmouth, just hold on you. You know, every time I try to leave, something keep pulling me back.
Hey,
so Portsmouth is this place, right?
It is.
And I felt like, what I honestly felt like, and the reason I came back is because I was doing so many things, right? It's a lot of things on the national level and some things on the state level and in other cities. And I continued to look at my city, and I was just like, I need to go home. I need to go home. I'm doing these things everywhere else but home.
Thank you.
So when I was like, you know what, let me move back. First, I got a spot in Parkview. Thought I would never live in Parkview, but we know that Parkview is undergoing gentrification. So I got a nice place there. But now I live out in Churchland. But I wanted to make sure that I was making the right decision. So I got reconnected, even further, because I never was disconnected from Portsmouth. It's a little different when you live here, though. So I feel good. And I always wanted to come back. I just didn't know how I was going to come back, or when I was going to come back, or why I was going to come back. But I just always felt like I would come back because it feels good. I don't have another, it feels good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. And I'm glad you came back. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you.
No, for real. Thank you for coming back, because I am so looking forward to what is to come. So I just want to ask just a couple of personal questions before we wrap it up for the evening. And y'all, don't forget, I have one more ticket for y'all. One more ticket. We got one more ticket. If you call in and tell me the answer. Sorry, y'all. The number is 757-964-9367. 757-964-9367. You can call in. Powered by Virginia Network. T-Spill, sponsored by Malika TBD and Envy Cuts. Whoop, whoop. Photography by Richard G. Productions.
I know that's
whoop,
right.
Whoop. Get all my shout-outs out.
Get them out, baby.
Big shout-out to 757 Venue later on this evening, the Black Affair. That's why I'm looking a little spiffy tonight.
She wore that all black Onyx outfit, so y'all can make sure y'all vote for me.
I almost saw the answer. Yes, make sure y'all vote for her. Look, we had it going on. See, I told her, God got a way of doing everything. You hear me?
He does.
For real, this one intentional. See, look, I made him call.
Look at God.
I love you.
GAWD.
Big God. Hey, yo, welcome to T-Spills with Onyx. Talk to me. Okay, there you go. You should have been called in, Deja, because you got all the words, girl. Come on, call us, baby. Yes.
Yes, I left another question under there, too. So please, if you could read my question.
Oh, just tell us what is it. What is it now?
Girl, we're doing that. You up here.
Oh, okay. You said what's my question?
Yeah, girl, tell us your question.
Well, let me go back.
Oh, Lord. She said, let me go back.
I think I got it.
I got you, girl. Do you feel some organizations that we already have in the city are doing a disservice to the community versus doing a service?
So what I'm going to say about this, is I think that we as the community oftentimes know who is doing and who is not doing, right? And we owe it to ourselves to hold them accountable. So some of the things that I don't like when I see people of good character know that someone is not doing the right thing, and they use their good character to still endorse them by taking pictures and things of that nature. We all know that things like that go on not only in our city but in other cities, right? And I'm just going off of things that I've heard, so I'm not going to call any organizations or anything out like that, but we know that things happen. And organizations in nature are sometimes predatory, regardless of what city they're in and what actions that they take. So we just have to make sure that we govern ourselves accordingly and make sure that we don't co-sign things that are not right, because there is a lot of power in who we take pictures with. That's why I'm very, very selective about who's in pictures with me, because a lot of times I've learned that when I wasn't, people have started relationships because they saw a person in a picture with me that I couldn't even vouch for the person. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not saying in general, yeah, you're going to probably take random pictures, but I'm just saying they would see me over and over again in pictures with certain people, and then they felt like because they trusted me that they could trust these people, and there is power in who we take pictures with. That's why I only take pictures with politicians, because you won't get something off my vote. You're going to do something for the community. So I know that I sidestepped your question a little bit, so the answer is we just need to govern ourselves accordingly.
You want me to read the other part of your question, or did you find it, Miss Deja?
Oh, I got it. It was just like just kind of a summary, just to back my question up. But I mean, if you feel like it's a separate question,
it kind of go with both. But I ain't want to cut you short because I appreciate all your input tonight.
But I would say they continue to look at the newspapers, because it tells you a lot of what's going on when it comes to researching certain things.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you want to answer your other part?
Sure.
It's up to you, baby. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The second part, it was more so just saying that we all appreciate our grassroots organizations.
Mm-hmm.
However, are they actually assisting the community, or is it just to get funded for their personal lives instead of helping the community?
That's the same question, Deja. I like. Look, see, y'all. See, that's why y'all gotta vote for me, because I'm smart. I realized it was the same question right away. But no. So I was just picking with you. But here's the thing: we know that some grassroots organizations do and some grassroots organizations don't, and that's just the truth. There are some grassroots organizations that don't receive any funding, and they continue to show up for the city day in and day out.
Come on.
There are some organizations that do get funding, but they should be getting funded because they was doing the work before. And there are some organizations that don't get funding, that's trying to get funding, that don't do anything. And there are some organizations that do get funding that don't do anything. So we know that there are organizations here, just like everyone else, where else, that they show us that sometimes they do what they're supposed to do and sometimes they don't. Yeah. And we just have to make sure that we hold people accountable. I think that that's important, because a lot of times we look only for the people in position to hold them accountable, but it takes all of us to hold them accountable. And like I said earlier, it isn't just you don't have to call people out. You just cannot support them.
Yeah.
Because I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I look at people sideways because I just sat there and listen to you bash a whole organization, and then I see you loving a picture and saying, "Keep going. I'm so proud of you." And I'm like, do this person know that you out here telling everybody that they are crook, that they are scammer, that these things? So that even some things like that make me side eye people that do things like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, are you just mad at them because you trying to do the same thing, or are you lying on them? Because sometimes it's a lot of hate. We got to really realize too that there's a lot of hate. So I just think that the truth is that there are organizations like that, but there are organizations that are doing what they're supposed to do.
And they are.
And that's
everywhere. And there's a lot of them that are not being funded at all.
Yeah, most of them aren't being funded.
Quick, I'm glad we're talking about this. Oh, did you want to stay on the line, Deja?
You gonna ask the question, Deja, so that you can win this other ticket. Was you trying to win this other ticket, Deja? Because I know you know the answer.
Yeah, if it's okay for me to answer this.
Why is it not okay?
Why is it not okay? You done called in, girl.
Yes, come on now. I ain't putting no limitations on it, baby. You know the answer. What number is she, love?
Number 4.
I know that's right.
You this ticket because you know.
Yeah, just inbox me, Deja, and I'll meet you. I mean, you know where?
No, I don't know.
Oh no, just call, just text me or inbox me, Deja, and I'll meet you and give you the ticket.
Okay, and I hope to be on your platform one day.
Woo woo.
Yeah, shoot, you already know.
Yes, come on through. I like what you got to say. You got a lot of good stuff to say, so you right with me. I love to pick your brain.
Thank you, Deja. You got anything else?
No, ma'am. I'm going to let y'all go.
Okay.
Oh, well, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. You too.
Oh, look. Yo,
learn how to do it.
Hey, we're good team. Hey. So, just a couple of fun facts. Is there anything else that you really wanted the people to know about the election before I get into a little bit of your personal business?
I just need y'all to vote.
She just need y'all to vote.
Yeah, I just need y'all to vote because I mean, you know, I done talked a lot tonight, so I don't even know what I didn't say.
Hey, I think you said everything, baby.
Yeah.
I got a way of breaking stuff up on people. You hear me? So look, honest, what's your favorite genre of music?
Rap.
Hey, what's your favorite group?
Ooh.
Oh, you got top 3.
So
I help you out.
My favorite genre is rap, but my favorite artist is not.
Okay, who's your favorite
My
artist?
favorite artist of all time is Janet Jackson. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey! So my favorite artist of all time is Janet Jackson.
Okay.
Favorite rap group,
Rest in peace, Take Off.
Yeah, Rest in Peace, Take Off. Walk it like I talk it. Okay.
Hey.
That they ain't know they was preaching. That was the gospel there.
Yes, it was.
My favorite rap group, that's hard.
It's prophetic in all kind of
I'm going to tell you for real. I'm going to tell you this. And they ain't no group, but they be performing as a group. My favorite rap group is probably Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I always put them as a group
Dougie
because they
Fresh.
so dope. They so dope together. You said top 3?
Yeah.
So I would say them definitely Wu-Tang.
Woo woo.
Atomically. And group, I'm gonna definitely say Salt and Pepper because I think that they definitely set it off for women and they showed that women can be lyricists and be sexy at the same time.
And DJs. Come on, Spinderella.
Yeah, I remember when R. Kelly opened up for Salt and Pepper.
Come on.
Shoot.
Vicky. Okay. Influence. What was your greatest influence?
Who? Or what?
What and who? Because all the time your influence
my grandmother was my greatest influence because she, my mother didn't raise me and I knew who my father was, but I didn't know him. So my grandmother, she was my greatest influence because she showed me love. You know what I'm saying? It was a time in my life where I felt like the only person that loved me was my grandmother and God. And then on top of that, she showed me that no matter what your circumstances is, to have integrity and to get up and go to work every day. So she gave me work ethic, she gave me integrity, and then she worked at Norcom. And then she told me that she would be proud of me no matter what, as long as I was productive. She told me that I always need to be an activist. She shaped so much of my life. And then she made me promise her that I would join the NAACP. And she was just, because my grandmother was part of the people that helped integrate Woolworth. I don't know if y'all remember Woolworth when they used to be downtown. I used to go sit at that counter and eat them ice cream sundaes. And I remember her telling me about a time when we couldn't do that. So my grandmother and the things that she showed me, she told me things, but she also showed me things. And I think that that's more important because a lot of times people tell you, but they don't show you nothing.
No, they're not good examples of what they preach, practicing what they preach. It do make a difference. I'm glad you said that. That balance into, see, look at her. I need y'all to take that. That should be one of y'all takeaway points for the day, right? Because of these children, right? The youth, because the youth is very important. And a lot of people try to discredit the youth or discount the youth or count them out. And they come up with BS reasons and why they don't want to interact. But it's all BS if you ask me. Because it's like what she said. Very vital, very genuine. I just got a belly off of it. If we learn how to be better examples of what we expect from these children, we held ourselves accountable and had integrity. All these words she was saying, I ain't doing nothing but bellying off what she said. Our children would be better. But because we walk around as if we have no reputation, we walk around as if we can do whatever we would like because it's do you. No, you cannot always do you. Then what makes you different from a child? Because children do them, right? Because they know no better. When you're an adult, you got to do what's best. Not always pleasing your flesh. Listen, but I ain't come to preach. I just had to tell y'all one thing, though. Because for real, that makes a big difference if you lead by example instead of just by hypocritical. Because these children don't respect that.
They don't.
That's why they don't talk to a lot of y'all because y'all hypocrites.
And they be lying.
Yeah.
They be acting like they weren't bad when they was young. I mean,
you,
first of all, you just did 5 years, so you did something. I mean, not everybody, but sometimes, what I don't like about our city is that we act like they wasn't calling Portsmouth Pistol City
Come on.
when we was young. They act like people just start being afraid to come to Portsmouth. So how you gonna go talk to some youth and like they don't know the history, like they ain't heard about who you was. So you gonna go talk to them like you ain't never did nothing and tell them what they supposed to be. Like you gotta keep it a buck. You gotta tell them where you came from so they can understand the path of how to get out of their situation, because they not gonna respect you. They know, we always used to say growing up, real recognize real. They realize that you being phony.
And real recognize fake too.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
And these kids be understanding, because the one thing about these children though, they don't, and guess what? We didn't instill the principles in them, because like you said, we used to look up to the drug dealers back in the day. Guess what they used to do? Them corner boys and them drug dealers back in the day, guess what they used to do? They used to tell us stuff. They used to drop gems on us.
You right.
Even whether you paid attention or not. And some of them will really build with you. See, but y'all
they
so
made
scary.
Me go to school.
Y'all scary.
They made me go to school and everything.
How we get so scary? See, we ready to fight, but we scared about little simple stuff. You can't correct somebody. How you so hard you can't correct somebody? A child. But you hard. See, y'all, displacement of authority. See, y'all like to misuse and misdirect with your authority.
Yeah.
Displace it. There you go. Displace authority.
Well, this authority is only displaced when people that try to use it don't have any authority in their own homes and when they're in their own lives. So a lot of times when you see people that are trying to be so, it's because when you really take a look at their life, the only authority that they have is in this little area. So now they gonna just overuse it. They gonna over abuse it. They gonna do and you see you see it in church, you see it in the communities, you see it at your jobs. You like, why are they like this? Because they probably ain't got no authority nowhere else. So they don't understand how to walk in authority. They don't understand that that your authority and your influence comes from you being able to pull people up. And people worried about somebody being better than you. If I can make you better than me, then I did my job.
That's the thing. We don't want to pass the torch.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they passed. It's like when you run a race, right? You run a marathon. It ain't just one person. You got to pass the baton.
Yeah.
So where do we feel that we want to hold on to the baton? Pass it. See, that's when you've done a great work. Because guess what? Your legacy. See, that's why y'all ain't going to have no legacy. And I ain't saying y'all like this, but we're not going to have a legacy if we don't learn how to pass on the torch. Yeah. Because that's how you continue to live. Because you have imparted something to somebody else so that they can continue to push it. Because guess what? We're all going to have an expiration date, baby. So if you keep everything to yourself, when you expire, so does everything that you have.
Yeah. and I'm glad you said this thing about legacy, because I talked to somebody about it, right? And I said, you know what? Everybody got a legacy. Is it gonna be good or bad though?
Talk about it.
Because you see a family and everybody in that family bad, and people be like, yeah, his mama was bad, his daddy was bad, everybody bad in that family. That was their legacy. Yep. So what type of legacy do you intend on leaving? Because a lot of times they trick us into thinking, oh, well, this is a generational curse. Most of the time it's just a generational behavior. We just behave in the way that the people before us behaved. So and we call it a curse because vicarious liability is our thing. If we don't have to take responsibility for it, then we don't have to change it. If I can blame you, then I don't have to change my actions.
Because we all got narcissists.
Yeah. And we allow people to give our community excuses, and then we buy into it because then we can blame them for the conditions that we're in. And the whole thing that's missing in our community is community. Yep. We used to have a community. Yep. Come on. We don't have it no more. That's right. We don't know our neighbor's name. Nope. We can't go to nobody. We can't trust nobody. We don't want to. We so secluded and isolated, and then we only want to come together or talk about coming together when there are times of tragedy. We could have prevented so many things if we were already together in the first place.
Yeah. That's why I like that. Then when you were talking earlier, and the only thing that kept coming to my mind was a collective collaborative.
Absolutely.
Because if we did collaborate more collectively, everybody, like when I was going down there talking about this stuff to try to make Portsmouth better and trying to, have a better, safer city, right? If everybody has these programs. If we just take all of these people together and have one big program, then you can bring your people, and that'll hit more people.
We don't need 996 people doing the same thing.
We need to be more, even for the resources, it'll help people better if
will.
they were collective. Like they had a paper or a website that you can go and look at all of this stuff instead of you having your stuff here only secluded. We segregate ourselves. I think we have become so brainwashed, right? That we have become being our own offenders and our own, what's the word? What's the people called? Oppressors.
Oh, yeah.
We have oppressed ourselves.
Absolutely.
Because we segregate ourselves, like what you just said.
Absolutely.
Not talking to our neighbors and stuff. That's segregation. That's a form of segregation.
Absolutely.
See, people think that race is the only segregation you get. Segregation is segregation. We have segregated ourselves amongst our others. We got to click. I gotta say one more thing about my city. I love my city, and I ain't trying to come talk about it, but we have to change the mindset. We are no longer in high school, people. I know everybody love Norcom, everybody love Wilson, everybody love Churchland. Let's go ahead and pout out the city. But you know I got to do the whole city. We're not going to be biased. But you know I'm Wilson.
I'm going to represent everybody.
That's right.
But I bleed maroon and gray.
Go ahead, bleed it. And I bleed that blue and silver, baby. They just changed the color. We ain't in the same school no more, but it's okay.
It's all right.
Listen.
It's a history lesson. Go ahead, girl.
It is, and that's deep too with that. Come on. But it's going to change again in about 10 more years.
Yeah, you know.
Yes, ma'am, because anyway, stay on task. All right. So, I done forgot. Dang, man. What was that? Oh. We are not in high school. We are too grown to have cliques.
Yeah.
You can have your friends, you can have your circle, you can have your associate. But see, I'm going to tell y'all one thing and I'm going to leave y'all alone because y'all know I'm not from Portsmouth, but I am from Portsmouth. Mm-hmm. I was raised in Portsmouth. I was born in Detroit, but I was raised in Portsmouth. I know everything about Portsmouth. I know nothing about Detroit for real, okay? Mm-hmm. So this is my city. Absolutely. Okay, let's understand that, right? Portsmouth gave me all my lessons and I'll be forever grateful to her for that. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? I have learned all my life lessons in Portsmouth, so I'll be forever grateful to her. So what I'm saying is this, though. We got to change the way we think because Portsmouth people, Portsmouthians, we like to think that we can do something and there's no recourse. The person can't do the same thing back because how dare they?
Yeah.
For every action begets a reaction.
You got that right.
So we got to learn how to be, again, go back to being accountable, being more mindful of what you want back.
Yeah.
Because we are, regardless if you call it karma, regardless if you call it you sowing what you're reaping, reaping what you're sowing, all of this is the same thing, the same ideology, and you're going to get it back.
Yeah, you're going to get that energy back.
So we want to make sure that we're putting out better energy as a group of people, and then we'll start receiving better energy. Because I've been seeing this a lot lately from people in the city, and that's the only reason why I had to speak about it, about how, they don't like the way this is this, and how this is this, and how this is that. But if you look at some of them same people and how they interact and move, they move the same way, just on the opposite to somebody else, and not to themselves. Yeah. So we have to learn how to be what we want to be.
Absolutely.
And what we want to receive.
Yeah.
I just wanted to,
no, you good. You good.
I just really had to say that because, yes, I'm so loving this with Onyx tonight. I hope y'all are too. I know y'all are because y'all done talk so much tonight. I love y'all. Yeah. You brought the people out.
we brought the people out. Me in that outfit. They said tea spills for real.
I was feeling some tea tonight.
Woo. Now they know the thing you was
doing. Hey, Lord, stop. I love her. Look, she's so down.
I love you back.
So what would be one of your greatest pastimes? What would you like to do for your pastime? You probably don't got that much right now, huh?
But when I do get it, I'm like very artistic, so I like to. I wrote a book, but I like to do poetry. I like write poems and just any like artistic stuff and just being in nature.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, Passion and Poetry at Sweet Royale tomorrow night.
Okay.
I go and I perform and I recite my poems a lot, too.
Okay. There. Send me the information.
So, yeah, you can definitely come. It's in Portsmouth.
Okay.
Big shout out to Portsmouth, Sweet Royale.
Yeah.
Sports. Do you like sports?
Yep.
Okay, so what sport you like the best?
So, the sport I like the best is football.
Okay, what's your team?
Okay.
Look.
So, I boycotted. The activist in me had me boycott football for a while. Okay. And then I am a Dallas Cowboys fan, but I boycotted them too because I didn't like some things he did during, the height of the Kaepernick situation, right? And I tried to like somebody else, y'all. I tried. And I'm such a football fan that even like guys like you need to be on our team. I was like, I hated the Eagles before. I'm not gonna be on your team just because I'm not trying not to be a Cowboy fan. So I finally went back because I couldn't even stop saying, our team. Our team. I said, well, I guess it's still my team. But I love football. That is absolutely my favorite sport.
Okay, football.
Absolutely.
Cowboy. Cowboys in the
y'all don't hold that against me. I'm representing the Redskins as constituents too. So I'm representing all of my constituents, no matter who your team is.
I like that. That's an official letter.
You know what I'm saying? You know, we'll be petty about them sports.
I know they do, but for real, people really do be serious.
Cause you know, don't nobody. They hate. We the team they love to hate.
Yeah. I don't hate nobody. I'm just not a big sports person, so I really don't like them just because everybody go for them. I don't like everybody. Like we were talking about, like the popular person, the extra popular, whatever. I ain't never the person to ride the wave. So since I don't like sports, I just don't like them because everybody like them. It's them, the Patriots, the New York, whatever the New York team that everybody like. I just don't like them because everybody likes them.
Well, you know, I started liking them when I was a little girl because I remember my family really looked at sports all the time, and it was because of the way it was the star on the helmet, and it was the way that Howard Cosell said Tony Dorsett. I just used to jump on my bed and be like, Tony Dorsett. Who does he play for? The Cowboys? I'm a Cowboy fan. That's how I became one. It was just because I just loved the way Dorsett sounded.
Yeah, that man, I like the commentators.
And then I thought the helmet was pretty because of the star. You know, I'm a girl, so I was like, oh, a star, I'm going to be a star when I grow up.
That's dope. That's dope. So what is next for you? After you win this election and you become city council, what is next? Or you want to wait?
I'm going to say stay tuned because, well, what's next is the Carl Thomas, the Black Tie Fair featuring Carl Thomas, and us actually acknowledging and honoring so many people. And don't forget, all proceeds go back to the nonprofit so that we can continue to be productive in the communities that we serve. But after that, I will say stay tuned because I have some amazing things that are down the road, and some of them are like right around the corner. So if you ain't connected, you might want to get connected. And if you are connected, you might want to stay connected.
You heard us. Stay connected, baby. Make sure you tap in, tune in. And look, and make sure you tell them again your handle. PGG.
Oh, the handle for PRR is theprr.org. And you can find that's exactly what it is on all social media platforms. And then I am Onyx on all social media platforms, and my candidate page is Onyx for Portsmouth. The number 4. I mean the letter. I can't. The letter 4 ain't no letter. Girl, we've been talking for 16 hours. Onyx ONYX Portsmouth is my Facebook campaign page.
Okay, so y'all can catch on the campaign page, which is Onyx
for Portsmouth.
And then you can catch her on the Lakesha Onyx Hicks page for Facebook.
IG is I am Onyx.
Okay. I am Onyx on IG. And you can also catch her at the PRR.org.
And it's actually, that's what you have to put in, the PRR.org, when you're looking it up on social media.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. I just say that.
Oh, no, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes. Well, I really definitely enjoyed you tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The vibe was very genuine. Yes. The vibe was very high and strong. I really appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, no problem. I was so excited. And again, like this perfect timing. Right before the election.
Yes.
Great divine timing. And we got a lot to talk about. And we got to know a little bit more about each other going along.
And I'm coming out tomorrow night.
Yes. Y'all better stay out there tuned in. Y'all might want to come out.
I'm gonna put a caveat on there if she send me the information.
Okay, I'm gonna send her the information.
I'm just making sure because if y'all don't see me there, blame her.
It's my fault. Oh Lord, here we go. I'm gonna make sure I tell her y'all so she can be in the building. Man, I thank y'all so much for tapping in tonight. I thank you again so much for trusting me with your time, your space, and just information. Let me, dig into who you are and what you got in store for the city.
Yeah, but thank you for having me, and it was such a great honor and a privilege to be here and just be able to be. Well, I'm always be myself, but thank you for being yourself.
And I'm always do that too, baby.
Yes.
I love it. Look, y'all, you never know what might be in store. She might be my future mentor, and we might be doing some things. Cause listen, like Nas said a long time ago, I want to talk to the mayor, the governor,
right,
congressman. I want to talk to the.
You better talk to everybody.
I want to talk to him.
Yeah.
And I think I got 2 down. I just got to talk to the governor now. I just talk to the congressman.
Hey.
Look, I'm gonna go ahead and put you in there for the mayor, baby. I know you gotta talk to him too, though.
Yeah.
But we gonna just go ahead and skip that on up. Listen, I just really appreciate your authenticity. I appreciate your drive, and I appreciate that you're coming from a real place. Like you don't try to put on. You just be who you are, and that is so necessary. Cause our youth appreciate that. a former person from the street appreciate that too. They take you a long way. You know what I'm saying? I can see you. I can respect that.
Thank
so
you.
I just pray that you are able to endure and stay diligent on this fight, because I do understand the forces that be and how they will come and apply their pressure to you. But like you said earlier, and I wanted to, and I'm glad this, okay, to better off of that, about how Portsmouth applies a certain pressure to you. So you know what comes from pressure, right? You know, people like to be nasty and say they bust pipes. Yes, they do. But let me tell you what else they do. Pressure, it manufactures diamonds, rubies, precious gems, and jewels. So to my city of Portsmouth, I want to let y'all know that y'all are diamonds, rubies, precious gems, and jewels. Do you understand? So you polish yourself off from that mud in which we coming up out of. You heard me? And you walk and you stand firm and you shine bright and you move forward, and let's uplift each other in this movement. And y'all people that are already in position, accept her with open arms. And y'all, let's work together. Let's put this ego and this pride aside, and let's stop having all these split and hidden agendas and put all that energy into one agenda, and that's to make the city of Portsmouth great again.
Yes. Go ahead on stealing that slogan.
How you like the way I remix that?
Go ahead, I heard you.
Yes. I like the way you were attentive. I love it. So I just want to thank you again so very, 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 very much.
Thank you for having me.
I really, really do. I can't say it enough. I really, really am very grateful for you coming up here tonight.
Thank you.
And I just thank y'all. You know the saying with me, y'all. You want to say anything else first?
I would just like to say we just need to do it together. And I have this saying that I always end things with. I say that when I become we become powerful.
Woo!
Vote Lakesha Onyx Hicks. Number 4 on the ballot. City Council.
Number 5.
We got work to do.
All the work. Work. And on that note, y'all make sure y'all vote, okay? Y'all can vote now. Y'all can vote November the 8th. That is the last time to vote. So make sure, if you ain't out here before November the 8th, baby, do not be late. Do not let the ballot slip in without you. Make sure you go down there and put your John Hancock, your couple of signatures, your little circle ovals. Make sure you go down there and do your part, okay?
Yep.
You can't talk no stuff if you don't do no work.
Can't.
We don't want to hear you. I'll open your lips if you ain't go vote. For real, I'm serious, y'all. You lose your voice if you lose your choice. You like all these slogans.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm gonna be a slogan person.
I got
go ahead and have it, baby. I got all the slogans, baby. I got the bars.
Yes.
No,
she rip and she rhyme, and she rhyme and she rip.
Hey, I rip it there. I love it. That's a forceful thing, baby. I tell you, I love it. Look, so y'all know, it's been very dope. I appreciate everybody for coming out. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be here with your girl C. And you know that means so very much to me. Y'all stay blessed, y'all stay up, and y'all stay sucker free. And y'all make sure that y'all vote number 4 on the ballot before November the 8th.
Portsmouth City Council.
Portsmouth City Council. Come on now. And make sure you vote for all the preliminary. Please
and tell a friend.
And tell a friend.
If you ain't from Portsmouth, tell somebody that is. Tell everybody that is. There's nothing more powerful than the word of mouth endorsement, and that still rings true today.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Word of mouth is the biggest.
Yeah.
It is. So y'all make sure y'all do y'all part, okay? And get Lakesha
K
Onyx Hicks in the seats, okay? Because she coming from the streets to the seats, from the
block to the boardroom.
Okay, from the
corner store to council.
Okay, we going to Capitol Hill, baby. So make sure that you come on and you strap them boots up and you walk in the street with us, okay?
That's what you need to do.
Come on. All right.
Ready.
We ready. She ready. Y'all make sure y'all get her in there.
Why do you care so much about success? Have you figured that
out? I'm coming up in here and chilling with me. I'm honest. I appreciate my girl.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Double XL. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I love that about you.
Loud pepper.
Ain't nothing more powerful.
Storm.
I've been getting money off the music to a pay now.